Just start off with how is Via doing? I mean, she missed this last game.
Yeah, she's doing okay. She picked up a low knock in the game against Racing Louisville, and yeah, she's getting better. We'll see how she's gonna feel for this weekend.
Was it the same injury or?
No, it was different, just a small thing.
Okay, that bodes well. What are you looking forward to for this weekend?
I mean, as always, the game in front of us is the most important game. We want to continue adding layers and getting better in preparation for the playoffs.
San Diego's had some trials and tribulations this year for many different reasons, but maybe they've settled down a little bit now. What are you expecting?
I think they're actually a very good squad, with very good team. I think that they've had some unfortunate results, but they're a dangerous team. I mean, any team that has players like Jaden Shaw and Naomi Gurma and Kaylin Sheridan, Cascarino, Sanchez, that's a good team. So we don't look at the standings, we don't look at the results, we'll look at the team and what they do, and that's how we prepare.
Do you know Landon Donovan? Do you have a relationship with him?
Yeah, I know him well. Yes, obviously a legend, good coach, good player.
Yeah. How would you say, just as challenging as far as picking up a team mid-season and finishing out with him?
Yeah, it's not easy for any coach to come in the middle of the season and establish and implement the principles and establish philosophy. I'm sure it's not easy for him too, but he's done a good job so far.
And then on the flip of that, you've obviously took this team from the beginning. You're approaching the playoffs. Did everything go as planned for you? Are you feeling like you've really set yourself up to be successful in the back half?
You know, the coach in me always says like, oh, we could have done this better, we could have done that better. But overall, I thought we've had a great season. I mean, we can't forget that this team was second from the bottom last year, and now we're already clinched a home field in the playoffs. So it is a success, but we don't want to get complacent, and we're still gonna keep getting better.
Good.
Dylan, go ahead.
All right, you guys. So you're back at home. First of all, let's just start with that. Like, how excited are you to get back at home in front of your fans?
It's super exciting. I mean, it's our favorite place to play, clearly, but it's always fun to be back at home. Have our last actual home game of regular season is also going to be super exciting and tidy some things up before we head into playoffs.
And Michelle, I'll start with you if you don't mind. Last year, your rookie year, it just like went very differently than this year. There's so many things I think that you could probably point to that made the impacts, but I'm kind of just angling in here on just Vlatko and the way he prepares you from the beginning to get to where you guys are now.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on just the way that he came in and really just impacted this club?
Yeah, I think it's simply put, he's impacted this club in a great way, and each player individually as well. Not only like you can see my growth from last year to this year, and the position change was huge for me, but the difference between literally from January until now has been massive, and he's just been great for this club. But honing in on each individual player is something that's been huge for him, but also huge for each of us, and clearly it's impacting the team in a positive way.
Yeah. And Lo, similar situation, or similar question, excuse me. I feel like you're how many games in, how many seasons in, and this could very well be one of your best seasons. I also see the same from Vanessa DiBernardo. Does Vlatko impact that for both of you?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, right off the bat, when Vlatko made me captain, it set the standard for me a lot higher, not just from him, but I think from the entire team as well. So I feel like I've always had to step up to the plate for that one. V, for example, or now on Vanessa with Vlatko, our two Vs.
Yeah,
we got to
I know.
clarify
Yeah,
all
exactly.
the time. I think, you know, he just maybe put her into a structure, and she can excel in any structure that you kind of put her in. You want to let players like her be free, and I think he just said, all right, do these things defensively and you go do you, and that's exactly what she's doing.
And then as far as the team goes, this could be considered like maybe not as tough as a match, right? Going into this one, you've clinched, you know you're going to be at home, but how important is it to come out and be as professional as possible and get these 3 points?
Yeah, I don't think in any game this year at all we've ever looked at it that way. We always say we just came out of film, and Vlatko always says the next one is the most important one. We still, like Cooper said earlier, are trying to hone our skills and everything we do on the field as best we can going into playoffs. So this one is just as important, I think, as any other one.
What do you guys expect from San Diego?
I mean, they're a good team. Like, regardless of where you are in the standings, we're going to be playing a good game every single game, and we know that. So knowing that they're coming in to fight, I mean, their battle isn't over yet, and it's probably one of the hardest games we could have all year, considering they aren't in playoffs yet, but they could make that jump if they do little things right and get a win. So it's most important for us to continue to do our best and see it as one of the most important games of the year.
And then your teammate, Tim Schwinger, is breaking records, setting records. She could potentially, with a goal against San Diego, now score against every active team, aside from her own, in one season. What are your thoughts on that?
How?
Yeah,
Like,
she's an icon.
How do you do that? I don't understand. It's so impressive, and I mean, I think they should just already give her the MVP. Like, you don't have to give one person gold boot, one person MVP. Like, she is a game changer. I don't know where we would be without her. I'd cut our goals in half, I guess.
Literally,
I
actually.
don't know the math on that, but yeah, she's our MVP for sure, and like she said, she's an icon.
Can you talk a little bit more about that? Obviously, she's scored 19 goals, but though you've talked about it before, her defensive skills, an all-around player. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty funny when you listen to broadcasts sometimes, and they're like, "Look at this forward defending as well," and it's so funny to me because I think every person on the field should be a defender. Every single person can be an attacker, but Temwa is the best attacker and also one of the best defenders. She will work all the way back. I think she's been the last person in our defense sometimes. She's been clearly the first person in the attack sometimes, whether she starts from behind me or not. She's the most humble person on the team for how great she is, how successful she is, everything she does for this team. So I don't know what else you would want out of a person, to be honest.
Anything you want to add?
No, I think she hit all the points.